Hi guys, so today I'll be reviewing this stamp and die. It is not sold as a set. Thank you so much, Lisa from Local King Rubber Stamp sent this for my review. But I did see it on their site. They don't have it as a set, so they do have the fancy Peacocks stamps, and then the die is separate, and it's just the die for the larger peacock, which we'll be using today. So again, they were sent free for my review, and all opinions are my own. But what I'm going to do is probably use this peacock with the die. But before we get started with that, and then, you know, do some other things, I was like, well, I gotta make a background, and I'm always kind of doing the same kinds of backgrounds with like a blended paper. This one has a little something on here. There we go. So this is just stamping card, and I figured, why not? I'll try and use my Tim Holtz. Oh, look, I already have stuff on here from the last time. Distressed Oxide spray, and then I might use some Perfect Pearls because people are wondering about those, and I've never used these before, and to be honest, I know you kind of spray them, I know you kind of wet the thing, you can wet your paper first. This is not watercolor paper or paper that takes a lot of water, but it is very thick Crafter's Companion stamping paper. So I am going to spray it a little bit just to start because, again, I don't really know it. I mean, you can do dry, do whatever you want. You just play with it, right? So this is just a little mister bottle that very finely mist this, which is kind of what I wanted, so that's good. And so I'm going to just open these up. I gave them a little shake. I haven't opened these before, so what I'm going to do is open these and I will be right back. Oh, the tumbled glass. I try to get the classic colors. I used to like worn lipstick. I don't even know how that one's going to look. And Dusty Concord. So I am going to start with this guy. And again, you can move this if you want like a different kind of spray of it, or use it however you like, obviously. That's already not my favorite thing, and then those are blending there. Pretty cool. And you know what? I should have probably just left this on my on this mat. Let me let that dry up. I'm gonna put this mat back. I just didn't want to have to wash it, but I think it's probably better to use that. So I'm just leaving that alone. And now I am gonna come in and squirt quite a bit of water. Try to get a little more movement. I might have to add a little more. Ooh, I like that one. That spray came out nice. So what you can do with this, you can leave it here. Like I said, this is not water paper, so it's not gonna, you know, supposed to take in too much water, but I do want a little more. And then I'm gonna take my heat gun, ooh, and move this around a little bit. Now I'm going to be honest, I don't like when it drips off like this, so what I'm going to do, hopefully I don't mess this up, I'm going to turn this over, and I'm going to give it a squish, just so that the colors kind of squish into each other. I'm going to turn this back over. That is much more what I want. Alright, cool. And then I'm just going to keep drying it, and you can obviously move your color around, but I'm going to dry this and I will be right back. What's fun about this is you can keep layering color, like now that it's, like I can dab it right back in here again if I wanted to and get some other stuff going. You know, spray it again. I mean, you can just keep building and building, but I think maybe a little more down here, a little something. And after you've done this, again, you can spray right on top of it so it looks kind of dry, like a dry spray. And it'll go back to kind of like what we started with, but I think this is good. So I'm gonna let this dry completely because I was just drying it and I was just debating, do I want to add a little more? But you know what, I think I'm okay with it the way it is. And so what I'm gonna do is, to finish our background, is stamp something out with the Perfect Pearls, but again, super dry, so I'm gonna keep drying this and I'll be right back. You can use basically any of these images, but what I wanted was just like a whisper in the background of this little guy. So I'm gonna use this head one. This one. And put them on here. Actually, maybe I should do a little more straight so I can see. So I'm going to put them kind of straight. I'm looking at the lines on my thing here. And that way I know when I go to put it, he's a little bit straighter. And I'm just going to open up my Perfect Pearls again. I just found recently when I was going through things. So this is what I was looking for. But apparently I have everything that goes with this. I even have the pens. They have new pens of Perfect Pearls, or Perfect Medium, should I say, that will let you, I'm just going to get one of these brushes. I have like fine brushes. Oh, because you can also water these down, or dip it in water, or have a water brush, dip it in here and use it that way too. So really fun. I just wanted this to kind of fade in the background. Kind of like this, just like a hint of the image. So I don't, well, it just says Perfect Pearl. That's probably the first one, I guess, or one of the classics. So I'm gonna get my perfect medium. But what I'm saying is they have pen brushes now that you can like write, you know. Let me see if this even has. Oh, it's still juicy. I have never used these before. I bought them. I don't even know, to be honest. It's probably been since they came out, basically, a very long time. That looks pretty good. I can tell it's sticky all over. So this is just some clear stuff that basically helps the Perfect Pearl stick, and it's just kind of clear, and I'm going to put it like right here. And I'm stamping kind of hard because I don't know. I don't want it to not work. Very good. Oh, before this, if you think maybe your Perfect Pearl is going to stick to like the wetness or whatever, I have one of those little pads actually, and it's funny, I was watching a video and the girl used it. I'm like, oh, I have one of those. I just found it. It's right here in this drawer, and it just pastes like cornstarchy type stuff on your surface, but I didn't use it, so I might regret that. But if you don't want the stuff to stick where you don't want it, then make sure to use that little pad. And I'm just going to pounce in here and rub this in. And hopefully you can kind of see the image there. And I'm going to, I'm going to regret this, shake that off there. But see how that extra stayed around there? I don't really want that there, so I'm going to keep kind of rubbing it away. Actually, it doesn't look bad. I know it's not going to stick. What happens with Perfect Pearls, for it to stick, you still need to spray it with water. And I'm not going to spray this with water, but do you see that hint? Now you can do this with script stamps. Ooh, that love stamp from Local King would be beautiful. What I was going to do with that one was actually something different, but you know what? Let me get it and we will ink this up. So I want to use this at the end, but just put colors. But you know what? Maybe we'll do a little hint of this stuff too. Why not? That was kind of fun, so let's do it again. Don't be afraid of these kind of things, guys. I mean, I always was, so I get it, you know. But let me rub this on here and make sure it gets on there really good. And I only did like half the stamp, because what I'm going to do is just put, let me see, where's that guy? I'm going to put it over here. Try to do it straight. So of course this is just going to be kind of hit and miss, but that's all we want. Just like a little something. I can see it there, and I can see that I did it upside down. All right, if that matters to you, make sure you're not doing it upside down. But there you go. And again, let's bring those Perfect Pearls. And just rub, and you don't have to do everything. It'll just go away, but like if you end up seeing that, oh, you know what, that's too much. So I'm just going to keep rubbing away these pearls. And like I said, for this to set, you're supposed to hit it with a little water. And so I don't want this to reactivate, but my mister is really fine, so I'm not afraid of that. But again, this is a card. It's in the background. I don't really think it's going to rub away, to be honest. But you can see that. And like I said, my words are upside down, but that's okay. So very fine mister. Just kind of give it a little spray. And that's what I said, just a little bit. You don't have to like water it down. Just a little something to set it. But I think that's fun. All right, so let's get our stuff out ready for the our peacock. Okay, so I'm going to take the pearl card I just picked up from Crafter's Companion. I told you guys I wanted this because the one I had before had the gold reflection and then there's silver reflection, but I wanted one that was just pearly and white, and I don't know if this is going to work, but we will see. It should. I mean, the markers worked, right? So it's just some really, really heavyweight stuff here. And I'm going to trim this down because I don't need this whole piece of paper. And I am going to use my stamp positioner, but to be honest, I don't think I need it, and I hope I don't need it because I'm going to use Stays On because it dries faster, but if you want to use your VersaFine or whatever else, that's great. This stuff is a lot thinner than in the other papers. That's why I'm kind of afraid. We'll see what happens. Alright, it's a little bit different texture than what I did the last time I stamped with Centura Pearl. So I'm taking my peacock here. And so this, you can do the exact same thing. If you want to do markers and, you know, make it all bright and everything, do your markers. But I'm going to do stays on, and then I'm going to blend in some colors behind it. So that's kind of what I'm doing here. Hopefully, again, this will work. I'm afraid of my stays on now. The other day I used it and it acted funny. Let's make sure we don't have any bubbles in here. So again, I'm rubbing just to make sure we really have that on there. And then I'm going to tap, 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 so you don't have streaks in your ink. And this should just do it, but we'll see. Ooh, okay, perfect. So it didn't stick. That was the thing the other day I used this and it was like just stuck down really badly. And I didn't even look ahead to get the colors I need. So I'm going to use my magic mushrooms, and I'll just grab some colors here. The colors I always like to use. So we have fuchsia, crushed velvet, and parakeet. And I will start with parakeet. Hey, this is kind of turquoisey, so I'll use this one. And I'll just kind of rub this color in here. Okay, you see what there's nothing. There's literally no skill to that. I just rubbed it in there. I'll wash this off later. I'm gonna go into fuchsia. Oh, that's so pretty already. I can see the way it blended there in between the two colors. I do want to bring some fuchsia a little bit more down this way. And then our crushed velvet. Crushed velvet's kind of a light purple, so I'm gonna get a good amount of color on here, because otherwise it's not gonna look like anything. Wow, you guys, that's so pretty. You're gonna see when this cuts out, you're just gonna be like, ooh, yes. Let me get into this fuchsia again. There we go. Bring in a little bit more here. All right, that's so pretty. And then, you know what, the top of his head, I don't know. I'll use honey pot. What color are peacocks? Are they just same bright on top? I don't know. I haven't paid attention enough, so I'm just using this yellow color. Bring it in here, and I made the third kind of green color. Perfect. Okay, so I'm going to clean all these guys off. Again, to clean off your magic mushrooms, all you have to do is spray a little water. Pinch, pinch, pinch. Get that color off. Go to a dry area, and then go like that. And when it's clean, it's clean. I can see there's a little bit more on there. Alright, so I'll do that with all of them, but I'll be right back. Okay, so I have that ready to go. I'm just going to put our dye down on here, and again, kind of eyeballing. You can see the end there, but if you bring it over here, like this area is going to cover up this area. You can see his little head there, little head. And again, you can make yourself an aperture, but because this dye is a little bit different than the dyes that she normally uses. So I just want to make sure I have it kind of in the right spot. This will definitely fit through your marquee. I am just going to run it through my Empress, because I want to go ahead and emboss it. You can run it through your Gemini, whatever you like, obviously. Let's see here. Oh, and you can go through your Empress Mini too, or your Gemini Mini. It's pretty small. Little guy here. So there's that. These things. So again, if you don't mind about embossing it, then you'd be done. You just cut it out. And this one, again, is a little bit different than her newer dyes. This one's a little more basic. So I'm just going to pop this back in here. Maybe put a little piece of tape here just so it doesn't move. And let's put our rubber embossing mat. And I'm going to put the metal shim because I want a deeper emboss. And we can do that again. I was kind of looking at this. I still want to do, I think, some stamping with colors. So I'm gonna do that right now. But let me get this guy. And hopefully you can kind of see, it kind of pushes it up into, obviously, these areas for your embossing. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. This was fun. I haven't tried a lot of these techniques ever. So there's that. And so what I think I'm going to do is ink up with some purple maybe. Bring more of that purple out, right? And just kind of just do it here and there. We have crushed velvet. And I'm just going to put it on the whole thing. And this one, if you rub like that, it's not going to make a big difference because it's just little thin letters. And this time maybe I'll put the words the right way. Let me see what I'm looking at. Yes. Wait, is that right? Yes. I still want to stamp some here. So it just kind of echoes a little bit. And maybe up in this corner. And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. It's nicer when you just kind of leave it doing its own thing. I think that's better. And maybe some over here on this side. Pretty. And then we'll have this guy here. All right, let me get a base card and we'll get it all together. Okay, one more thing. I'm just into this purple. I'm gonna grab this purple again and just bring some around the side. Like I said, this purple is very light, so I don't think it's gonna show up too much, but I think just enough it'll be pretty. Excuse me. So again, it's that crushed velvet. So it's really fun making your own kind of little background here. That's pretty. So see, it's not too much, just a little something. And so this piece of paper was 4 by 5 1/4. I don't remember if I mentioned that, but you can always start with a bigger piece and cut it down. I just start off with what it's going to be. And I did get a little shimmer on this, okay guys, so just be careful with that. I have my standard A2 size card base, which is 8 1/2 by 5 1/2, and we're going to fold it in half. Of course, you want to score it for a really nice effect, but I'm just going to use my hands here and get this down. So what's funny is when I stamp the words upside down, I guess what you could do when you keep stamping is do it in different directions, so then people think, oh, that's what she wanted to do, right? I don't want to rub my hands all over this, so let me find something I can place on here. What am I... maybe this. Just in case I smear some of those perfect pearls. Yeah, because look at that. Alright. So pretty. I love this. And then this little guy. Still shimmery. I don't know if you really look at it. I mean, that's so pretty. Hopefully, can you guys see that? Yeah, you can see it right there. Perfect. And that doesn't have pearls or anything. It's just the pearl paper, right? So really nice. And I'm going to stick this down with 3D glue gel. And people keep asking me on my videos why I like 3D glue gel. This is Colal 3D glue gel. I pick it up on Crafter's Companion site. And my response is, do you like peeling the back off of dimensional adhesives? Like, yeah, I don't either. Oh, that's my pet peeve. I hate that. So this stuff, I mean, why wouldn't you want to use this? And as far as price, they're pretty close to being the same. I mean, how much can you get out of this? A ton, right? I mean, you're going to use it over and over and over and over and over. Dimensional adhesives, you have, 50 on a sheet, 100 on a sheet, whatever, and then you run out. So, I mean, I don't know. So as far as that, it's what it is. I'm just going to put this guy right here. But of course, if you have like a sentiment that you wanted to put out, you can do that. I should put a little bit under his head. I should have used this guy earlier, but let me put it back here. Just finish it up with whatever it is that you need to write or say, and you're good to go. All right, guys. Thank you so much, Lisa, for sending this for my review. It came out really nice. I like the set, the way it has the different stamps, that you can use in different ways. But really lovely. So hope you guys are doing well. I'll have the links for you guys. And remember, you still get 20% off your regular price purchase if you order before May 31st. It's a one-time use coupon that I'll have in the discount, well, down here probably at the beginning of the video, but also in the description box, okay? So thanks for watching, guys, and I will see you all at the next one. Bye now. Oh, you know, real quick before I go, it does have a sentiment here, which is really sweet. Actually, it'd be really nice for the inside of the card or even just there. It says, how beautiful a day can be when kindness touches it. Isn't that sweet? I love that. So it's a nice little sentiment here. And you could have even stamped that with the pearls. You don't have to have, you know, the background one. You can do that. Or with this guy, just stamp it around everywhere. I think that'd be really lovely. So I'm just, you know, can stamp it in here and it'll be your nice sentiment on the inside of your card. Okay, guys, thanks for watching. Bye now.